So we are live.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, one and all. I, Mrs. Dipali Bhandari, on behalf of Sir Dr. M.S. Gosavi, College of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Nasik, gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Ojaskumar Agrawal, sir. Sir is going to start his session with the topic Synergizing Excellence, integrating the research methodology with the advanced drug delivery systems. Sir is pursuing PhD from SVKMs in NMIMS, Mumbai. Sir has completed his master's in pharmaceutical chemistry from the North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, and he has pursued his bachelor in pharmacy from the North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. Sir has 3 book chapter in his credit, 17 publication with the 61 plus citations and 8 presentations. Sir is currently working as an assistant professor at VES College of Pharmacy, Mumbai. Sir has the big achievements like received Best Post Presentation Award at the 9th International Congress of the Society for the Ethnopharmacology, India 2022, organized by JAS College of Pharmacy, Mysore, received the research grant from the University of Mumbai, secured merit number 1 in the PhD entrance exam at SVKM's NMIMS University, Mumbai in 2017. Sir is recipient of the stipend from AICT during MPharmacy academic year 2005 to 2007. Sir is also the recipient of S.J. Jindal Trust Merit Scholarship in B Pharmacy in 2005. Sir is also the recipient of Government Scholarship in D Pharmacy in 2002, and a big achievement is qualified the GATE exam in 2005. I would like to again welcome you, sir. So over to you, sir, for the next session.
Okay, now should I share my slide?
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay, so slides are visible. Hello,
Yes, sir, your slides are visible.
these slides are visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Okay. So thank you very much, Ms. Bhandari madam, for the brief introduction, and thanks to the organizers for inviting me to deliver a talk on research methodology, a researcher's know-how. So with this brief introduction of the topic, I would like to start with the today's topic. So before I start, whatever the content I will be showing on this particular slide deck, it is my own personal thoughts. It is related to the research methodology, and everyone is having their different perspectives, thought process related to the particularly research work. So whatever the things I will be discussing over here, it is related to my own thought process only. So we'll just start with the beginning of the research. What is research and how it can be done? So basically, research involves many concepts, many ideas, and many hypotheses. So in totality, if you see, the research includes a teamwork, individual efforts, and you need to prioritize the things. You need to planning the things. How you are going to analyze the data. If you are not getting the results, then how you are recalculating it, redoing the results. Okay, these all the things, if you refer the different dictionaries, you will be getting the different answers. What is research? And it is nothing but concise efforts of your observations, whatever your questions are coming in your mind, whatever is thought process related to the what experiments you are conducting. All these things, agglomeration of all these particular things will result in the research. So as such, there is no specific definition for the research, but the accumulation of these particular observations, questions, hypotheses, predictions, and experiments will combine and together will gives you some concrete output in the form of some kind of the outbreak, and that we are calling it as a research. Characteristics of the research. So as you all aware that research is not a one night game that within one day or one night you will be getting some concrete results. Okay, so it is a rigorous process, it is a continuous process throughout your life, and at the end of that particular thing you will be getting some kind of the concrete results. For that you need to have a controlled kind of a study, you need to have some empirical data with you. That thing you need to be repeated cyclically, because one time if you are not getting the results, again and again you need to redo that particular thing to get that particular type of the results. Your data, whatever the data, should be analytically verifiable. Empirical data, experimental data should be verifiable. So these all are the basic or peculiar characteristics of the research. Now, the person who is doing the research, what are the good qualities of that particular researcher? So, researcher quality includes that it should be research oriented, it should be efficient, that person should be having a scientific background, it should be effective in execution of small things effectively, it should be active and resourceful. So, a resourceful means at any point of time if some person is asking him for some kind of the help, he should be ready to help that person out of the box. He should be creative, should be honest with the work, whatever the data he or she is getting need to be present in a properly verifiable and validated form. The method, whatever the results should be coming, whatever the method he or she is opting should be economical, and the data or results should be reliable. So these are the few qualities of the good researchers. I would like to just touch upon the another point of different types of research. So as and when we are doing the research, depending upon our thesis or project work, but considering that different types of the research are also that is descriptive research, analytical research, applied research, fundamental research, quantitative research, qualitative research, and empirical research. So these are the different types of the research where one can venture into different types of the research. Not only in the lab work, but other types of the research are also there. Next point is research process. So what all are the steps of research process? So as I feel you people all are might be the final year BPharm and MPharm students. So considering your first step in the research, you need to first select the topic, whatever the topic, whether you are working on the pharmacology, pharmaceutics, or chemistry, or synthesis, or maybe extraction of some phytoconstituents, and you have to define some kind of the research problem. Whatever the objective of that particular research you will be defining, and then you will have to go for the review of the literature. Suppose you are working on the phytoconstituents and you want to find out some activity related to that phytoconstituent. Suppose you are working on the Terminalia bellerica and you want to find out some diabetes related activity. So you need to first find out that what all the phytoconstituents are present, and in that particular phytoconstituents, which phytoconstituent is acting as an anti-diabetic agent. Then you need to develop the working hypothesis, then you need to develop the design, which type of the designing, whether you are going with the oxalate extraction, you will be doing maceration, you will be doing the decoction kind of a method you will be following. Then from where you will be collecting the raw material, then execution of the project, how it will be executed. Sometimes what happens, some facilities are not available at our level, so we need to collaborate with another institute and we have to find out that whether that activity can be done at that particular place. Then once we will get the result, we need to do the analysis of the data and hypothesis testing and generalization and interpretation. So from the data we have to find out what are the results of that particular data, and according to that we have to prepare the report. So these are the in general steps for research process. Now what is research problem? What is research problem? So research problem, before starting with this problem, research problem is nothing but the things whatever we are seeing right now. In that particular environment only, you can see that if you have that empirical and critical ability and cognitive skills, so that you will find that particular research problem nearby surrounding. I'll give you one small and simple example. Right now winter is going on and everyone is maybe having some kind of the cough and cold, and 90% of the you audience might be using this Vicks VapoRub. Yes, if you are using it, please comment in the YouTube comment section yes, so that I'll come to know whether you are using or not. Okay, so what is this Vicks VapoRub? So before few years Vicks Vaporub was available and no one has thought about that whether some kind of the problem is there. As I was talking in my previous slide, research problem. What is the research problem? So in this particular, very well recognized, very well known and very well available in the market, this particular product and is giving quite a good result. So why people are finding some kind of the problem in it? So we don't want to find out, but we want to do some kind of the re-research in this particular Vicks paper. And those people are doing the re-research. They people have find out this particular inhaler by doing some kind of the basic research with that cognitive skill, that Vicks Vaporub, which is may not be ineffective at some places, sometimes it is difficult to carry, so that is one of the problem. And the moment you apply on the nose or everywhere, it may produce some kind of the stickiness. Okay, so to avoid all these things, to avoid all these things, these are the problems arised in this particular problem Vicks Vaporub. To overcome this, that inhaler came into the market. All of you agree with me? If you are agree with me, please write yes. Now what happens over here? The moment inhaler came into the market, initially suppose 100 bottles of Vicks Vaporub were sold. Right now, thousands Vicks inhaler is easily sold by that particular medical store. Only the thought process has been changed. They have done some kind of the basic research and they have only changed from Vicks Vaporub to inhaler. So in nutshell, the change of delivery mode, the mode of delivery was changed over here, and you can see that from 100 Vicks Vaporub container to thousands inhalers were changed. So you can see that profit has been increased like anything. Now you can find any difficulty in this particular inhaler? No. Okay. The next point is roll-on. Now, as and when the headache is there, some kind of the small headache, that Amrutanjan has invented this particular product, and it is also again as I told you in the case of Vicks Vaporub, it is running beautifully in the market. It has captured a good market, and moreover, it is giving a good results. So people are preferring it. Also, the ease of handling is there. Okay. So, but what happens in this case? Previously, the Vicks Vaporub is there, which is for the cough, and here Roll-On is there for the headache. So now the company has come up with the new product where inhaler is also there and headache is also there. Now in this particular both the examples, I just would like to emphasize on the point that the things or the problem which is there nearby us only, we as a researcher, we don't want that you sit in the lab, play with the glass water and the glass bottles, test tubes and funnels and again the containers one, and do some kind of the research. That is again another story. As I already mentioned, different types of the research, whatever is available in the market, and from that we
Facing some network issues. Sir will be back in a minute.
सर येते आता मी प्रेझेंट करतो.
Yes, sir. You are in the stream now. So can you share your screen again?
सर स्क्रीन इज विजिबल.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. It is visible now.
Yes.
Okay, so I think sir this is the last screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This was the last slide. Vicks
What is-
roll on plus inhaler.
Okay, sir. 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, so sir, am I audible, sir? Should I start, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start. You're audible.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for the interruption. That internet connection
No
was
problem,
lost
sir.
from my
No
side.
problem, sir. Yes, sir,
So
no.
I'll give you another example of Volini gel. So since long this particular preparation was available in the market, okay, and we used to apply this particular preparation with our tip of the finger and on the particular area. But research was done that why that particular effect is not showing, or maybe the application error is there in this particular case. And at the same time, the company has newly launched this particular spray over there, and you can see that with the same finger, whatever you are applying on your application area, the gel you are applying, just with the same finger you are pressing, and again you can see the applicability of the particular product which is available is more, the sale is also more, effectiveness is also more, use of convenience is also more, carrying convenience is also more. So with this particular more advantages, this particular Volini Max spray right now it is available in every houses and every person is keeping it like this. Now it become like a deodorant. People are keeping with them all the time. Okay, so what the main concern over here is that merely doing the research in the lab will not suffice the thing. Whatever the existing things are available, we need to see them with very open-minded, open eyes, and we need to find out that how better we can give service to the end user. End user are ready, end user are more interested in convenience and comfort. I'm again repeating, end users are more interested in convenience and comfort. Everyone want to live a luxurious life, and as a result, they are ready to pay more amount of money also. So by taking this particular point or advantage of this particular point, this particular volume spray which is available in the market, which is right now, if you can see the sale of this particular, if you go to Volini site and if you check the account of this particular seed, that how is the increase in the amount, you will mesmerize that billions, lakhs or billions of this particular Volini spray have been sold, okay, compared to the gel which was there in the market, which was already there in the market. Okay, so with these two particularly the examples of Vicks VapoRub and Volini spray, research methodology is revolving around, as I told you in my topic also, the researchers know how you are thinking about, how you people as a budding scientist, budding pharmacist, B.Pharm final year and M.Pharm students, how you are thinking about that particular activity which is right now there near to you only. And your thought process matters a lot at the end of the day. So with these two particular examples, I have already given the brief idea, that is what is hypothesis research and how it can be done. So research problem is nothing but whatever the things which are near to us, we are seeing it and we want to solve. We want to solve that particular. That is nothing but the research problem or research questions. Moving ahead with the research problem, so whatever the problem you are planning for your B.Pharm project or maybe M.Pharm one, okay, you need to do thorough literature, you need to take the expert opinion, you need to meet with your guides, your teachers, those who are expert in that particular field. You need to see that publications, internet sources are also available, and if any journal problems which available right now, okay, that you can go. I will give you one or two simple examples right now to work on this particular case. Like I gave you two examples of Vicks VapoRub and excuse me. Vicks VapoRub and Volini. So till time, if you see that, we will not talk about the cancer and other things, because the treatment is still not available. Applicable treatment is still not available. But at the lower layer, ground level, we know few diseases whose treatment are still going on, and we are using that treatment only since ages, since decade, 2, 3, 4 decades. For example, simple example I'll give you. The first example is the malaria treatment. So for malaria, the conventional quinoline drugs are available, isoquinoline drugs are available as of now, but there is as such no vaccine is available in the market. So you can also think about that, how that malaria vaccine can be developed. For polio, the vaccine is there, and that polio has been eradicated from the India, and our government is also proactively working for that particular vaccination drive, polio vaccine. So likewise, if suppose, just now I am giving you food for thought, that if you can invent some kind of the vaccine, and government may take your project, then particularly the malaria will be eradicated from India. I hope I am clear. If you are agree with me, please post yes in the comment section. Next example I would like to give you is tuberculosis. Simple example, tuberculosis. Now tuberculosis, if you see, there is a direct observation treatment or therapy is going on, and it is also Government of India project, Ministry of Health and Welfare. Now that particular treatment for this particular tuberculosis is minimum time duration is 6 months. Minimum time duration. If you have infected with the tuberculosis, that bacteria, then the minimum time duration is 6 months. So now if suppose with the technology, with the invent of technology, with the solution, if you can reduce the time treatment to 6 days, nothing like that. So everything will be reduced, cost will be reduced, that patient will be relieved fast, rather than he has to take the medicine 6 months, morning, afternoon and evening. If he will take that medicine 3 times for 6 days, nothing like that. Getting all. So these are the few unsolved problems which is still there in the market, and I urge you, I request you, I plead you with both the hands that please try to think on this particular area, so that if any new medication will come into the market, government will take your project and it will be available free of cost to all the publics. So this is what the research problem. Steps in formulating the research problem, as I told you, you need to find out some field or area. As I gave you the 2 examples, malaria and the TB one, the broad area or the sub areas. Then you need to find out the research question, formulate the objective, assess your objective, and check what are the problems right now. Double check the problems that another researchers right now, those who are working. It is an international problem. Internationally also the same problem is there. So at international level also, what all the problems are there, by doing the thorough literature search, you will come to know, and you will formulate a proper research problem. Next, hypothesis. Hypothesis is again another step, as long as research is concerned, that what you are planning or what you are predicting, okay, or what you are guessing, that is intelligent guess, that gives direction to the research and to the answer to that particular question. So before starting that, you have to plan something, and that planning is called as hypothesis. What are the characteristics of hypothesis? So characteristic, it is testable, it is specific, it is logical. Some background knowledge should be there, and some novelty should be there. If it is not testable, if it is not, some specific variables are available, it should not be like that. You cannot perform at your level only. Getting my point? Whatever the things, whatever is available with your background knowledge and with existing knowledge, you have to accumulate both the things, and you have to find out that what best can be given to this particular problem. So that is the hypothesis. Literature search. Then once you formulate the the hypothesis, then suppose you have started working on malaria, TB, diabetes, or maybe on the cancer one. Okay. Then you need to find out the literature, that how the literature search can be done. So various journals are available, electronic journals, everything is available online right now. So simply you can put some keywords over there. Various free access journal, open access journals are also available, free medical journals that you can use, various paid search engines and databases are available. For example, Relay, SciFinder, Springer, PubMed, Sage, Science Direct. These are the search engine where they have their own journals. And the moment you put some kind of the keywords in that, they will give you thousands of results. Over here also the scholarly database which is maintained by the government of USA and maybe the Indian government also. So you can see that the Medline is US National Library of the Medicine. Biomed Center is also there. So these all are the search engines over here. Relay Open Access database is also available. So after using this, sorry, after using this all the databases, suppose here the one example is there, I have put the search over here diabetes. So you can see that around 40,000 results came. So you need to again filter it out. So you need to put some specific keywords, that is type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or neonatal diabetes, gestational diabetes, different types of the keywords. The moment you will put, the results will be filtered out and you will be getting towards the proper results. Then after that you need to review or research article writing. The moment you are done with the research work or maybe you are working on some kind of the area, you need to find out that what type of the topic you are writing, in which journal that particular topic will go. You need to specify or selectively choose some kind of the title which is an attractive kind of the title, so that people will love to read your article. The student will love to read your article. Okay, abstract should comprises of your all the important information. Whatever the novelty statement is there, whatever the novel thing you have invented will come in that particular paper. Material, method, acknowledgement, these are the various common parts we'll see later on in this particular presentation. So this is what the research and review paper format is there. It is called as IMRAD series or IMRAD format. I indicates introduction, M method, result, and discussion. So in introduction, you have to write down why you want to perform that particular activity. First, you are going to write the title, then affiliation, authors and affiliation. Then main point comes is the introduction. Okay, after abstract, the important point is introduction. So what all are the content of the introduction? Introduction consists of, suppose for example, you are writing about the diabetes. You are want to write something, review paper or research paper. You are doing some research on the diabetes. Then first you need to write down some brief related to the diabetes, type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, what happens with this type 1, type 2 diabetes. Then next point comes over here is what all are the current treatments available in the introduction part I am talking about. These are the various points of the introduction. Then you have to mention that what all are the side effects of existing drugs. Suppose you might be writing the sulfonylurea, you might be writing the metformin, glibenclamide. Okay, these are the various popular drugs which is available in the market, but they are having their own typical side effect or maybe low side effects. So you need to mention about that particular side effect. And then you have to important point that you are doing the research. Why you are doing the research on diabetes? Because important point over here is prevalence. You need to mention that worldwide, suppose 4 lakh, 10 lakh, 50 lakh, 170 lakh people are affected with the type 1 diabetes, 50 lakhs people were available affected with the type 2 diabetes, and there is a dire need to work on this particular diabetes type 1. So that is what how much of the people affected worldwide that you have to mention over. And the last point over here you have to write is that why your research is important and how it is going to overcome the parameters which is listed above. So these all are the content of the introduction. Method, which method you are following? You are synthesizing some new drug, or maybe you are using some phytoconstituents. Then to extract out that phytoconstituent, which method you have used, oxalate apparatus or maceration, double maceration or decoction, whatever that you have to write down. Result, whatever the result you are getting, that result you have to mention. And in the discussion, main part is till time similar kind of the study, whatever you have done, some might have done, what all are their results, and you have to compare your result with that result, and you have to say that based upon this I conclude that. The conclusion says that based upon this, I conclude that the drug on which I am working may be the potential candidate for the new anti-diabetic drugs. So like this is the standard format, IMRAD format for writing the research papers. I hope till time I am clear. If you are agree or if you are clear with this, please write down yes in the chat box. Now just brief introduction I will give you. The title is given, author's name is there, the abstract, small abstract is given over here. Then next point, a small point that I would like to touch upon is citations. So as and when you are writing your research or review paper, obviously you are referring someone else's paper, else's review or research paper, and this from that paper you will be writing or noting down some point. So citation means what? A way of giving credit for someone else thinking, writing or research. You are writing his or her name, whose paper you have referred. I hope I am clear. Please post yes. Okay. So that what happens that you are giving a due credit to the senior researcher, those who have already worked something in that particular field. So this is a kind of respect or kind of credit that we are giving by in the form of citations. Now suppose for example, this example you can see here my paper is there in 2009 on levofloxacin and ambroxol, and on another author has written in his paper my name, that is Agrawal et al. 2010. So how that person has written my name, because that particular content might be HPTLC content, he has referred my paper and he has taken that content from my paper, so he has written my name over here. So this is called as citations. All of you clear till time citations? Please post yes. Now there are few important terminologies that we are going to see. As long as you budding researchers, you should know few important terminologies which is related to the publication and ethics, and a few common things which is available on the front page of the paper. So DOI is one of the important point, that is also called as digital object identifier. Now what do you mean by DOI? So DOI is an number which is given to the particular paper or particular article, and this is the number which is an identity of that article throughout its lifespan. Now why it is necessary? People may think that URL, that is unique reference locator, will suffice, but sometimes what happens that URL can be changed easily, but once the DOI can be given, that cannot be changed. So if you want to find out that particular paper, just put the DOI in the Google search and you will be getting that paper if it is available, or at least abstract you will be getting very easily. I hope I am clear with citations. Second point we have covered is DOI. Next point, important point, is plagiarism. Plagiarism, the moment you are writing and citing, what you are writing and what you are citing is important. So if directly you are copying paste and writing in your paper, that particular thing is called as plagiarism. So as and when you are referring someone else's paper, you need to cite that particular person name. Along with that, you need to paraphrase that particular sentence or the paragraph, whatever you have taken, to avoid the plagiarism. Plagiarism, if you will, is a kind of the thing that you have directly copied and posted from someone else's work, and you want that particular work to be published on your own name, and that is again a professional violation and again the professional ethics. It is against the ethics. So a heavy penalty can be there with this particular plagiarism case. So how to avoid the plagiarism and what can be done over here? So what's the first thing is that you have to use your own words. Okay, you have to use your own ideas. So it is good. But if you are not using your own words, and then what you have to do? You have to use the quotation mark. Like this, you have to write down the sentence and you have to write down the quotation mark. Okay, and if you are doing like this, then using full citations, then you have to give the full citation, then it is okay. But if you are not using the quotation mark like this, then it is called as plagiarism. If you are not citing also the reference, then also it is plagiarism, and which leads to some kind of the ethical issues. Now, what to do with this plagiarism? How to avoid the plagiarism? So there are various tools available online. You can see that Turnitin is one of the very popular software which is available online. You can see that plagiarism checker is also available. Grammarly is also available, but which is going to check your grammar related errors. Plagiarism Net, Pro Writing Aid, Urkund is also one of the software which is available to check the plagiarism. So there are mainly two plagiarism checking softwares we people are using. At our institute level, we people are using the Turnitin. Turnitin is one of the reliable if you are having a license version, nothing like that. Turnitin is the institute level software, and the another one is Authenticate. Authenticate is the software which is used by the elsewhere Springer, Hindavi, Ville, etc. So this is the one of the high level software which is used by the journals, and Turnitin is the software which is used by the institute level. Okay, so I hope I am clear. I have covered important points like IMRAD series, then citation, then DOI, then plagiarism. Now moving ahead, just I will show you some kind of the report over here. So you can see over here, this is the plagiarism report, and 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see over here, whatever is highlighted, the numbering is given 1, 2, 3. So it indicates that you have taken this particular content from this 2-number website, 3rd-number website, and so on so forth. Okay, so this is a Turnitin report for one of my papers. So like that it happens so many times. So you need to use some proper keywords, you need to paraphrase the sentence, you need to use some new words, introduce some kind of the new words, you need to refer more books so that you will get some kind of the new words and that you can easily apply in your own research or review papers. Now, as a researcher, you need to know the impact factor. What is impact factor and how it can be calculated? What is impact factor and how it can be calculated? So, impact factor is nothing but the calculation that how many people have cited the articles which has been published in that journal. Okay, so more the impact factor, more the higher the value of that journal. So how that impact factor can be calculated? I'll give you just demo over here. So suppose I want to calculate impact factor. So how many citations in, if I want to calculate impact factor in 2014, then I need to find out that how many citations are there in 2013 and in 2014. So total citations is around 771, and this many citations I have got from 70 articles and 57 articles. So in totality 127 articles gave me the 771 citations of that particular journal. Impact factor is for journal. So 127 articles were cited. Already we have discussed what do you mean by citations. So 127 articles were cited 771 times. So the formula is cite to the recent item and number of recent items. So 771 divided by 127. So 6.071 is the impact factor of that journal. So as and when you will go for any kind of the publication, first you need to see that what is the impact factor of that journal. Higher the impact factor, higher the value of that journal. More reputed that journal is. Okay. So over here you can see that there is one more paper which is available also on journal impact factor, its significance and limitations. This paper is also available. If you want, you can refer this paper. Every small detail is given on this particular paper, that is what is impact factor and what is the significance and limitations of that impact factor. Another terminology that every scientist, budding scientist, and even the teachers, those who are working in this field, they also should know that what is H index along with the impact factor. So this H index was invented or maybe introduced in 2005. So H index is calculated by counting the number of publications for which authors has been cited other authors at least that number of times. So for example, I'll give you the simple example. For instance, if H index of 17 means that particular scientist has published at least 17 papers, that particular scientist has published 17 papers, and each has been cited 70 times, 70 citations. Clear, all of you? So over here what happens, simple concept, H index, who has invented also, that also we will see. The more the H index, it indicates that the publication was more and that paper was referred by another scientist. So more the H index, more the publication and more the citations. This is the simple logic behind the H index. Now what do you mean by H index and who has invented that H index? So we will see the person who has invented that H index, George E. Hirsch. In 2005, he has invented this particular H index, and he has given the name from his surname, that is Hirsch. It was a surname, so he has given that name Hirsch. An index to, this is the first paper who has published, was available in the public domain, and later on from November 2005, later on this H index he has published J.E. Hirsch, you can see over here. And this Hirsch is a German scientist, and if you see the German in me, Hirsch, in English language it is called as deer. Okay, so he has introduced this thing, this index, to qualify an individual scientific research output. If my H index is more, my scientific research output is more. This is what the simple logic of H index. And when I read this paper, I was also surprised that till time I have not seen the abstract which is having only a two-line abstract. Two-line abstract that he has written. What he has written, I will read over here. I propose the index H defined as the number of papers with citation number greater than or equal to H is a useful index to characterize scientific output of the researcher. With this two line of the abstract, the paper is accepted, and now it has become one of the scientific tool to measure the research output of the scientist. I hope I am clear till time. If you have understood H index, please write down yes in the comment. That is George E. Hershey, that is H index. So impact factor is clear, citation is clear, plagiarism is clear, DOI is clear, and H index. Now another useful database will go is, okay, how to increase the H index. So there are few tips. You being a researcher, you need to know how we are going to increase the H index. So simple concept is, you whatever the title is there, it should be short, clear, and very concise title should be there. You need not to publish your paper in any kind of the predatory or fake journals. You need to know which are the journals which are not predatory, or maybe the UGC listed journals you need to use. Okay, you need to publicize through various social medias like Twitter, maybe the ResearchGate, or maybe the LinkedIn. This is one of the case. Then title need to be the short, clear, and concise. And another thing, if possible, you need to publish your article in open access journal. Again, if you will publish the open access journal, author need to pay. Author has to pay for the open access journal. That is again another case. But if you have some funds reserved with you, then you can always go for the open access journal. There are two types of the journal: open access journal and subscription based journal. In the open access journal, author will be paying, and in the subscription based journal, institute will pay. So depending upon your priority, you need to go ahead with the open access. So these are the various points to increase your H index. Next, another point that a researcher need to know is I-10 index. Okay, so Hershey's in 2005 has invented this particular, as I told you in my previous slide, H index, and Google Scholar has invented this particular I index, or Google Scholar has introduced this in 2011 to measure the productivity of the scholar or researcher or scientist. And it is a simple, very simple concept. The researcher has published that have been cited at least 10 times. Whatever the researcher has published paper, that need to be cited at least 10 times. For example, I-10 index of 3. If I am saying that my I-10 index is 10, it means that 3 articles that have been cited 10 times. My 3 articles that have been cited at least 10 times and more, or greater than 10 and more. If my I-10 index is 10, it indicates that my 10 papers were cited 10 times and more. If my I-10 index is 100, it indicates that my 100 papers were cited more than 10 times, or at least 10 times. I hope I am clear. If you understood this basic concept of impact factor, H index and I-10 index, please write or mention yes in the chat box. Another point is there are many points that, considering the time constraint, I will little bit go ahead. One more index, G index. IQAC has come up with this particular new index that is called as G index. So G index measures the citation performance of for a set of articles. G index is by Leo Ige in 2006, and it is going to measure the performance for a set of articles. For example, a G index of 20 indicates that suppose I have I have 100, 200 or 30 publications, but my top 20 publications cited by 400 times. That is 20 square. So it is always work in the terms of square. So again, another example, G10 of 10 indicates that 10 publications cited 100 times. So if your 20 is there, it is 400, 100 is there, 10 is there, then it is 100 times. So this is another measures of the measure the performance of the quality or the research output of the researchers. Sir, can I continue for more 5 minutes or? Hello, sir. Is there anyone? Am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are. Yes, sir.
Madam, can I continue for more 5 minutes?
Yes, sir. You can.
Yeah. Okay. Another important point that one researcher should know. That is what my topic of today's talk is. Researchers know how. Researcher should know that whatever the content, whatever the things he is going to do throughout his research life. So Boolean operator is also one of the point which allows you for some kind of the specific search. So and, or, not, and not. These are the 3 to 4 words which we call it as a, in the research terminology, technical terminology, we call it as a Boolean operators. Now, what do you mean by Boolean operators? So I'll directly go to the example slide only. So here, and indicates, suppose I'll go with normal example. As and when I want I'm doing some kind of the research, and in that particular paper, I want 2 types of the data. Suppose I want a paper which comprises of diabetes and hypertension. Then I will use the word diabetes and hypertension. So whatever the search engine will be coming, search engine is there, will be giving me the data related to the diabetes and hypertension. But if I want only for the diabetes or for hypertension also, at that time what I will put diabetes or hypertension. So whatever the paper are there which contains diabetes also, some paper may contains diabetes, some paper may contains hypertension, and some paper contains both. Okay. And another one is not or and not. So if I will be putting diabetes and not hypertension, so I will be getting the research publication which contains only diabetes and not hypertension. So these are the and, or, not, or, and, not. These are the keywords generally we use to put to minimize the results. That is what the search engine will be giving to us. And these 3 to 4 keywords is called as Boolean operators. Another point is site score. Now this site score that every researcher should know, and this site score is generally we are calculating for journals. Now, as I told you, the more the impact factor, the higher or the good the journal is. Likewise, the more the site score, the good the journal is. Again, the same concept. Now, but how to calculate that particular site score? So, suppose I want to calculate site score in 2019, then number of citations received in 2016 to 19 to whatever the articles published in that particular year, that is 2016 to 19, divided by number of documents, means number of articles published in 2016 to 2019. And these things, document means what? Any type of the article, conference paper, data paper, book chapter, etc. Whatever was published in that particular 2016 to 2019, that is a number. And to that particular manuscript or articles or papers, how many citations we have received. So citations divided by articles, that will gives you the site score. Now where it can be used, now where we are going to use this. So if you can see this particular okay, site score, as I told you, 4-year data you are going to use for site score, and for impact factor we are going to take 2 years data. Site score can be calculated by Scopus, impact factor is calculated by Web of Science. These are the few basic terminology. That is the difference in between site score and impact factor. Now site score is based upon the Scopus and it is based upon the impact factor is based upon the Web of Science. Now how we are going to use this site score? So if more the site score is there, more the journal is being referred and more the articles were cited. So if you see the Scopus, there is a title is there, and if you type over here natural energy, any keywords for the journal, okay, in the second slide you will be getting that natural energy who has published. So here you will be getting the site score, 78 site score you will be getting all of you. Excuse me. So likewise, you will come to know that more the site score, more the journal has been reported and more the people has got cited that particular article. And this is, I think, the last few slides. ORCID, that is Open Research and Contribution ID. ORCID ID that every researcher should have. Over and above, you should have your own Google Scholar ID, your ResearchGate ID. These are the 3 important points that every researcher should have. They have their own specific ID. Along with this, LinkedIn and Twitter account is always preferred, so that as and when you will do any kind of the research, immediately it will go in the public domain and people will start referring your article or research articles. Currently, if you see, the artificial intelligence is also been vaguely used for this particular research. So these are the ChatGPT, maybe the Quillbot, Gamma. These are the few AI tools which are generally researchers are using to enhance the productivity. And one of the point important that if your journal, if you produce some kind of the fake data in your journal, or some data is not matching with the current data, then that paper can be retracted from that particular journal. So this is kind of the letter or this kind of the things which is mentioned on your paper, that is retracted journal. So to avoid this thing, we need to be very cautious. We need to be sensitize our own students that retraction of the paper should not be there, and plagiarism should be avoided, and whatever the malpractices should be avoided in the research. Whatever the authenticity is there in the research, that can be only published. Okay. So with this, thank you very much, one and all present on this particular online talk. Thank you very much to all of you. I have just tried to give you some brief idea related to the what research is and how that particularly be useful for the researchers. So thank you very much, one and all present over here. I hope it is useful and maybe like.
Yes, sir.
I'll be delighted with this.
It's very interesting topic actually, research, sir. Actually,
Yes,
for the
thank you.
PhD scholars and for the MPharm students also, sir.
Yes.
It is really wonderful session actually. Those who have the questions, please add the questions in the post comment box. Sir, there is one question by the Satyam Ambedkar.
Yes,
He is
madam.
asking how to identify the fake journals.
See, madam, generally what I advise is you should go with the UGC care list that is available online, UGC. So if that journal is listed in that UGC care list, you can go with that, or else you can go with the some publication houses, standard publication houses like Elsewhere, Science Direct, Springer, Hindavi, Ville Interscience. Okay, so if the journal is there in that particular publication houses, there is no problem. So you can easily find out that journal is predatory journal or fake journal.
I guess you have enlightened the point retraction of the paper also.
Yes.
So that is the fakeness of the journal also.
No, it is a, you might have published some another important information which is not relevant, or maybe sometimes after publication, some another author has make a comment on that particular by writing a letter to editor stating that this paper the results are not coming, the data is fake, and he is producing the result at that time. That paper editor in chief EIC is having a full authority to withdraw the paper, and that is called as retraction of the paper.
Yes. Yes.
There is another website available which is called as Retraction Watch, WATCH, Retraction Watch Journal. So on this particular website, you will get all the details related to the papers withdrawn till date.
Sir, there is one more question by the Prajwal Tidke.
Yes.
He's asking, is free plagiarism checker website give the correct plagiarism?
Yes, Mr. Prajwal, question is very common, and I was expecting this question only. So I have the ready-made answer with you all because I deliver this kind of a talk, and this is a very frequent questions. So what I feel is whatever the plagiarism checker sites available right now, so they are not taking your full paper in bits and pieces. You have to upload one paragraph, two paragraph, or maybe one page or two page on that particular site, and they will be checking the plagiarism of that particular paragraph only. Okay. So with this particular thing, what you are doing is you are not only exposing your content to that particular website, you are giving your full data to the website, which is not authentic. Okay. So suppose at today 11 o'clock you have used that website, and 1 o'clock that website may not be available. Getting my point? That website people may withdraw that particular website, and that website may not be available. Okay, so what I would recommend is if possible, you can again purchase that particular Turnitin software yearly, or maybe your institute or maybe your trust can purchase. And even we have recently purchased the Turnitin software because it is the need of an hour right now to avoid another kind of the ethical problems to the student, to the guide, to the institute also, because we publish and some kind of the plagiarism is there. So again, the institute or the teacher or maybe other faculties, those who are involved, may be in the trouble. So to avoid all these complications, it is always advisable to have a plagiarism checker, subscription of that plagiarism checker at your institute level.
I hope the doubts will be clarified now. Yes.
Yes, madam.
Uh, Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. As sir today, sir is talking on the integrating the research methodology with the advanced drug delivery system. He has explained the first what is research and what are the characteristics of the good researcher. He emphasizes on the research types, steps of the research processes. Also, sir has given the excellent examples which we know and which we are using in the day-to-day life, like Vicks Vaporub, Volini, etc. But sir has given or emphasizes these examples by emphasizing that how to do the research means whatever in the market we have to modify or make the medicines or the research do the research in such a way that it will be the comfort and easy to use for the consumers also. But there are the number of research problems, and the how to formulate those problems has explained in detail by sir. Sir talked on how to write the research or the review, what is the citations, DOI, plagiarism, H index, G index, etc. So sir has covered all the points in the research topics, and also the title he has given, how to know, that know how, researchers know how. So I, Mrs. Dipali Bhandari, sincerely thanks for your explanation and your exceptional presentation at this webinar. You Your insight and expertise made a significant impact, and we are grateful for your valuable time and the contribution, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Once again, I thanks a lot for sharing your knowledge and the making our event successful. Sir, please accept this certificate as a token of appreciation and token of love.
Thank you very much, madam.
Yes, sir. So,
Okay, so at the outset, I would also like to thank Gokhale Education Society, Dr. M.S. Gosavi College of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Nasik, for organizing this one-day national level seminar. And at the outset, also, I would like to thanks Dr. Ramanlal sir and Dr. Ammesh sir for end-to-end coordination. And
yes, sir.
Dr. P.L. Pingle sir, those who has sent me the invitation for this particular, I am also heartfelt thank to this to Dr. Pingle as well. I also would like to thank Dr. S.V. Amrutkar, sir, the principal of M.S. Gosavi College of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, and management for giving me this opportunity to present my thoughts in front of the students by organizing this particular online talk. I know that it is a challenging and it takes efforts and time both to organize a small event and that too also online again from both to end-to-end coordination. And you also, Bandari madam, so like very nice comparing by you as well. So thank you one and all present over. Thanks to the audience. Thanks to the students, those who have given, those who have posted some kind of the question over here. And if any kind of the help is required from my side, I am available for that particular kind of a help. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much
much.
once again, one and
Yes,
all
yes.
present. Thank you.
I declare here the session is over. Thank you, sir. Sir, wait for a minute.
Yes. नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार नमस्कार सर गुड नून हॅलो
सर आपण लाईव्ह आहात जर आपण ऑफलाईन गेलं तर बरं होईल म्हणजे.
no sir just a minute sir. Good afternoon to everyone dear participant on behalf of Gokhale Education Society Sir Dr. M.S. Gosavi College of Pharmaceutical Education and Research and his entire fraternity. I am Dr. Ramanlal Kachwe, Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry. Feels immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks. I express my sincere gratitude to today's distinguished speakers, Ms. Kartiki Bhandari, Assistant Professor, Gokhale Education Society, Sir Dr. M.S. Gosavi, College of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Nasik, and Ojaskumar Agrawal, VS College of Pharmacy, Mumbai, who has spared their valuable time for us and shared their expertise on synergizing excellence in integrity research methodology with advanced drug delivery system, respectively. I would especially express gratitude to our Honorable Dr. Mrs. Dipti Deshpande ma'am, Secretary, Gokhale Education Society, Nasik, for her obstinate support and the guiding force for every new step forward. I would express gratitude to respected Dr. R.P. Deshpande sir, President, Gokhale Education Society, Nasik, for his support and guidance. I would take this opportunity to express my profound respect to our beloved Honorable Sri Shailesh Gosavi sir, established Director, Gokhale Education Society, for his and everlasting guidance and moral support. A very special thanks to respected Dr. Sunil P. Amrutkar, Principal, for his constant encouragement and motivation to arrange such kind of events. I extend my gratitude to Dr. Prashant Pingle, IQAC in charge, for his direction and backing to make this webinar successful. My deep sense of thanks and appreciation goes to all the participants who were live with us and attend the webinar with great enthusiasm and made it a great success. Last but not the least, I would like to thank organizing team, all committee members who were working hard for the past few days to make this webinar popular and successful. Thank you everyone once again making it's a great accomplishments. Have a wonderful day and week ahead. Okay, thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Sir, should I now leave the presentation?
Yes,
sir. Thank you.
yes. Thank you.
Leave studio, sir. I'll be clicking on the leave studio. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.